Yo, what's good, fam? What's popping with the population? Dave, what's good with you, bro? We
What's
back.
up, man? We
I've
back.
seen us
We in here.
like three times today. You saw us earlier today. Or you might have started off your day watching a mock draft. And then we go live to talk about Matt Rule's Capathon. And then, we ended the day here with Chris from Charlotte Vibe. Shout out to Chris who had us on the show. Go over his channel, man. Sub him up, help him get the 5K. And then, we're going to end this night with your boys on our show. So, Dave, what's good with you, bro? How's the weekend, man?
It was a good weekend, man. I took a ride to Newark, New Jersey. Checked out the Michael B. Jordan HBCU Legacy Basketball Classic. Pretty awesome event. I actually was sitting in front of some of the folks who have organized the event. I recommended to them to not do the event the same weekend as the Celebration Bowl. So you probably would have gotten more tickets, so to speak. But it was a pretty awesome event. They had a college fair, so my daughter got to get some material for the college fair. We checked out Spider-Man the night before. You know what I'm saying? I knew Newark
haven't seen it yet.
I'm not gonna talk about it. Not gonna
Tomorrow,
talk about it.
I'm going to see it.
That's what's up. I'm not gonna talk about it, but in Newark, we were at the Newark airport. I was in Newark, and I know Newark ain't exactly one of the. It's got some rough spots, so to speak. I ended up going to Shaq's Theater to see the Spider-Man movie, and that was an interesting adventure to say the least. When you have fences around your theater, you know where you at that point. You know what I'm saying? So, but it was a fun time, man. I enjoyed myself. I wish A&T would have gotten a dub, but Howard got a legit basketball team this year, it seems. And shout out to them. Shout out to North Carolina Central, who beat the shellacking out of Delaware State. Shout out to Delaware State as well. They had a sub Hampton out because Hampton had a COVID case, so they had to, because of protocols, they had to pull them. So Delaware State found out about the game the night before. But shout out to them for showing up the last minute. Yeah, it was like the Delaware State basketball team, Hampton's band, Hampton's cheerleaders.
That's tough.
The mascot, they were all there. The only thing that wasn't there was the team, and it was the Delaware State
tough.
team. Yeah. And so that's tough, why, they ended up losing by almost 40. But I can't knock them because A, they were going against arguably the best basketball team in the conference. And B, they found out one night notice, right? So shout out to them for showing up to doing it. Hopefully it doesn't count towards conference play. I'm pretty sure it won't. It probably was considered a warm-up game, expedition game, so to speak. But it was dope, man. Did you watch the Celebration Bowl at all?
I did watch the Celebration Bowl. Shout out to South Carolina State. Shout out to Jay, man. I know he in here. I saw his comment earlier. Shout out to Jay, man. Shout out to South Carolina State. Shout out to them for representing the MEAC. I know A&T has left the MEAC, but anytime the MEAC is running up against a SWAC, I'm always pulling for the MEAC, even if it is South Carolina State. So shout out to them, man. They got the dub. They shellacked Jackson State.
Destroyed.
And Jackson State, Deion does have he's doing his thing over there, right? He's got the number one recruit in the nation going to Jackson State and HBCUs. That's big time. But listen, just like the Panthers, bro. Just like the Panthers, money ain't gonna buy you. You got to coach it up, bro. Money's not gonna buy you a chip.
You got
to coach it up. And shout out to South Carolina State coach, bro. He's a beast.
Buddy, I was happy for him. He's from Columbia. He used to coach at Keenan High School locally in Columbia, South Carolina. He worked his behind off to get to the point that he was. He's been trying to get He's been trying to get to the Celebration Bowl this whole time. He's come close a couple of times. I'm glad he finally got it. I mean, it was a big deal. I got friends and I got family members who went to South Carolina State, so I'm happy for them. And I'm happy that the MEAC showed their purpose because they've pretty much been talking down on the MEAC the entire time. And,
MEAC is going through a lot right now. And for them to still be able to pull that out is nothing short of amazing. So shout out to the MEAC and shout out to South Carolina State.
Yeah, see, the thing about people fail to realize is that South Carolina State, they went undefeated in that conference. They went 5-0 in that conference. You know what I'm saying? So, they got there. They beat every single team in the conference to get there. And then they went out and beat the highest-ranked HBCU team that's on the FCS polls. I think they were top 15 in the nation. So, shout out shout out to Deion and what he's doing at Jackson State, because I think that's good for the exposure wise. That's good for HBCUs. But shout out for South Carolina State for doing what I expected them to do, and that's take them boys out.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say I expected it, but
I did.
One thing must be said about MEAC football is it's a defensive conference.
Yes, and that's why I did.
Defense wins championships, and South Carolina State does have a defense. I watched the South Carolina State A&T game, and that was a tough, hard-fought game. Even though South Carolina State didn't win, they had some issues with their quarterback, which is partially the reason why they didn't win. And their quarterback is nice. I know he started out rough, but shout out to South Carolina State, bro. I'm not gonna that's one of A&T's biggest rivalries, but at the end of the day, I'm always gonna pull for the MEAC when it comes to the SWAC. So shout out to the South Carolina State Bulldogs.
I think the SWAC's been talking all year. You know what I'm saying? So for the MEAC to come out and win the bowl again was great to see. And by the way, just so you guys know, that's 5 out of 6 Celebration Bowls for the MEAC.
Facts.
5 out of
Big
6.
Facts. Big facts. So real quick, let's go ahead and jump. We're not going to sit up here and talk about this game. We're not going to do stock up, stock down. We're not going to do interesting stats. We're not doing none of that because it's no point. This is just we're coming towards the end of the season. We're not going to waste our time with this nonsense. And so we got a couple of things to talk about, and we're going to open up the floor. I think I want to do it this way. I think I want to, if you want your voice to be heard on the show, go ahead, call that number, call 704-759-6562 and leave a voicemail, and we'll play it on the show, and Dave and I will react to it. And that's how we're going to handle it. If we don't get many calls, then we'll probably open it up. But it's going to be a free for all show a little bit. We going to just sit back and vibe because it ain't really, it ain't a good look. Go ahead, Dave.
So the team that won for the SWAC was Grambling. Grambling beat North Carolina Central 10-9, and the only reason why they got that game because Central had that bonehead penalty at the end. They got them. Grambling to win.
And Central sucks.
We should be 6-0, truth be told, but that's why. That was who did it. Second year.
All right, so let's go ahead and get into this. Follow us on all the socials: Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, all that good stuff. Real quick shout out to all the Patreon members. And if you want to become a Patreon member, go to patreon.com/Panther Nation PC. Support the channel that way. That'll be awesome. Shout out to all the free agents. There's a whole lot of y'all, bro. And these are members of the squad that support the channel with a $3 donation. So shout out to all of them. $3 is all it takes. It's all we ask for. It supports the channel, help us keep our analytical game rolling, help support our PFF subscription and all that other stuff. So we appreciate that a lot. Shout out to all the franchise players. These are folks that support the channel with a $10 donation. Shout out to y'all, man. Again, some of these guys have been around since day one, so we really appreciate y'all support. And shout out to the MVPs. They support the channel with a $25 donation, and they are also eligible for the MVP giveaways where we give away some items. And Kyle, I have not forgot about you, and I saw your message on Patreon. I have the helmet sitting right next to me. I have not shipped it yet. I'm terrible when it comes to shipping items, so I'll try to get it out there. You probably won't get it before Christmas, but I'll get it out in the mail as soon as I can. So shout out to all the MVPs that support the channel and all those that have won something.
So I got a question for you, buddy. And this is a good question because I know we've been talking about it, but how'd you feel about the whole situation with Deion Flip Travis Hunter? Because I know you're a big FSU fan, so
I'm a Florida State fan, but listen, it's having Deion Sanders at Jackson State and having this dude is different. So I'm not surprised at all. And you're gonna start to see a lot of these guys, especially with NIL. These guys can make money. And wherever you can make money, that's probably where they're gonna go. And there's some deals on the table with Jackson State where they're gonna see a windfall of money. It's not gonna happen right now, but down the road with all these documentaries and all this stuff, they're gonna see a windfall of money. So NIL is opening up the doors for a lot of places, and I feel like him flipping from Florida State to Jackson State is something I'm not surprised about. First of all, Florida State ain't put shit together in a long time. So why not go to Jackson State where they're completely lit right now? Jackson State is where it's at. You get to play for a legendary legendary Hall of Famer, former NFL great in Deion Sanders. And again, People, we say this all the time. We've been saying it for a long time, Dave. If you got the talent, you will be found. You don't have
That's
to go
right.
to Alabama. You don't have to go to Florida State to be found, bro. You will be found if your talent speaks. And this dude being a number one recruit and going to Jackson State, if he dominates, like if he goes ape shit down to Jackson State, which I expect him to do, then he's gonna be found. No problem.
Well,
So
here's the thing. Here's the kicker, because I know there's always this false perception about HBCUs and you can't make it to the NFL being HBCUs. But I'm gonna give you a couple stat lines so you can understand where I'm coming from. Jackson State has more Hall of Famers since integration than Mississippi State and Ole Miss combined. Combined. All right. Neither one of them have one. All right. And then if you want to, that's just Mississippi. South Carolina State has more NFL Hall of Famers than Clemson. So if you're good, they'll find you. It's always been that way.
So yeah, man, I feel like So you're gonna be if you got the talent, you will be found, and that NIL changes everything because cats is getting paid. So you don't have to go to a specific school to get exposure anymore. It just opens the door up for dudes just to go anywhere. And so it is what it is. That's just kind of the nature of it. Dabo, all them dudes could talk all the crap. I seen the comments. Bro. Like, oh, don't cry now because you can't get the top dudes no more. That's just how it works.
Greatest wide receiver in all time went to an HBCU.
Facts. Shout out to Jerry Rice, frat brother too. Shout out to Jerry Rice.
Yep. Bro. Mississippi Valley State.
Facts. My man from the Colts.
Best linebacker. Yeah.
My man from the Colts. Went to South Carolina State.
Darius Leonard.
Yep. So, bro, like, fam, we out here. Shout out to South Carolina State, man. But all right, we getting to South Carolina State a lot of love on this joint, bro.
I know, but it's fine. I'm from South Carolina.
This is true. Right?
That's true.
It's true.
It reminds me of when Dwayne Ross had his comments after the whole ordeal with the track when the track team started getting more successful, when he pretty much told these big time coaches, go get off the couch and go coach your kids, because he's out here out coaching them all. And he's got a national track program. So
yep,
they got this. It's time, man. They're gonna have to fix themselves now. Them players that get out the spitting game is changing, which is not a bad thing.
All right, so we gotta move on. Let's talk about this this new purchase that David Tepper just made, or a company that he's associated with just made. So this location is actually right across the street from the Charlotte Pipe and Foundry Company, which was all the talks of being put up for sale. So if you remember, David Tepper's always talked about entertainment district, and having this right across the street from a potential new stadium location is kind of crazy. And it's funny because when I go to the games, I park at the Charlotte and Pipe Foundry. So this location right across the street is a huge tailgate spot. This is where a lot of people tailgate. Right on that land. People tailgate over there. And so if David Tepper starts with this purchase and then potentially purchases the new Charlotte Pipe and Foundry, which is a great location because it's right off the highway, and you can see it'd be a super dope scenic location if they happen to get it, because it's right off of 77. You'll be able to drive right past the stadium, just like most stadiums. If you go to any big city, like one thing I can think of off the top of my head is Philly. Like if you go to Philly and you see their stadium, you can see it right off of 95. There's a lot of stadiums, if you drive around, you can see them right off of the highway. That's exactly how this would be if they end up purchasing the Charlotte Pipe and Foundry land. So I don't know what the plan is for this new purchase that they made, but it's interesting. It's something to keep an eye on. Dave, you got any thoughts?
So with regards to the Pipe and Foundry, is it not up for sale yet, or they're still trying to get it? Like, because there was talks that company was moving. There's something changed due to the pandemic. They did move.
No, they moved. That facility is no longer in operation. Now, they haven't sold it yet. I don't think it's sold just yet, but the company vacated.
Oh, so
yeah,
I'm assuming they're still trying to push to buy it.
Correct. I think they're probably in negotiations And I think I'm looking up an article, and the Charlotte City Council approved the Charlotte Pipe and Foundry rezoning. So it's going to be rezoned. So let me read this. This is just me breaking news. This happened 2 hours ago. So let me read this to y'all. It says the Charlotte City Council voted unanimously to rezone a property widely speculated to be the future stadium site of the Carolina Panthers and Charlotte FC. The vote took place without any debate, and while there's hopes for positive economic impacts for the plan, there's still major questions. So they talk about COVID, and here's a quote here: "If the Panthers do end up purchasing the Charlotte Pipe and Foundry location and bring all that entertainment to the area, we could really see a boost. We've been getting more and more rezoning petitions. Blah 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 blah. So, fam, it's about to get real. It's
Well,
about
the
to get
question
real, and I think
is,
that was one step.
well, the debate was whether or not Tepper, because I thought Tepper wanted help from the city for this. Like he wanted the city to help pay for the new stadium.
Well, you're talking about the city. You're talking about the stadium build. This is just the land. Like
Yeah,
getting the land is just that's step one. He could probably acquire the land and probably wants to own the land. Now the stadium build is a whole nother discussion.
yeah,
So first step is to get the land. Once you own the
yeah,
land, then you ask the city for the build, and that's a whole nother discussion.
yeah. But
But
not.
this
But
would
the
be
thing
dope.
is,
I'm telling you, this location
no,
is dope.
I'm not down the dopeness of it, but I'm question. Like for me, it's always okay. We know that that Tepper wants to do this. So the question is, the city knows Tepper wants to do this, and if they unanimously got voted to let him change the rezoning, it's going to get interesting real fast because yeah, I don't think like you said, I don't think Tepper is going to ask the city to help them buy the land, but when it comes to building that stadium, it's going to be a different ballgame.
Yeah, but I think we're a ways away from that too. I think this is just you got to watch the dominoes fall, and I think this was domino one. This because I think it's like 4.5 acres or something like that of land right here, and he
Yeah.
wants the entertainment district. And you see how large you can see you could fit Bank of America Stadium right inside of this plus some. So it's a large piece of land, bro. This Charlotte Piper Foundry is a large piece of land. So there's a lot of development that can be done here. And I think anybody that has a business here in this location, they're gonna really come up for sure. But this is dope. This is dope. I think it's just something to keep an eye on. Again, I've been tracking this stadium move for a long time. Ever since the Charlotte Piper Foundry Company was moving, I've been covering this, and like this is a big step. And I'm a real estate guy, so I understand it, the ins and outs of it. And that them acquiring that piece of land across the street is huge. It's huge.
I mean, it comes to a
So
point like if they end up getting Pipe and Foundry, they have a point where if they want to buy out like the other sections, could it be a situation of eminent domain? Because at that point, you got the
what?
stadium here, Pipe and Foundry here, new purchase here. What about all this gap over here?
Yeah, in the middle. Yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
sure. I'm not sure how that works. That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna work. But they are going to have the stadium, the foundry company, and like Dave said, the newly acquired land. So all this in the middle, Tep could just scoop all that up, and it could be just a wrap right there. And it's such a dope location. It's right off the highway. They got to figure something out with this traffic though on Morehead Street because at the end of
well,
the
now
game,
because I mean, what
Morehead
they
Street
could
be lit.
do, and I'm out here trying to build this thing for them. You
Yeah,
put the stadium in the back, and then you can kind of alleviate some of that with some of the land in the front in between these two things. Maybe potentially put like a walkway, like a sky rise, so you can cross the street. And like he could,
yeah.
the dude's the richest man in the
So
NFL.
yeah, of course. I think that Atlanta has something similar too. Atlanta has the walkways over the
Mm-hmm.
highway.
Mm-hmm.
They've got that walkway you can walk across the street, so they'll figure it out, bro. They'll figure, and it's needed. It's needed because the game day experience after the game is tough getting out of. It's tough getting out of
It's
the
not the
stadium
worst.
area unless you know the back ways because that's
No, it
not
ain't
the
the
worst. No,
worst.
not the worst. It's just tough. That's all I'm saying.
You wanna know one of the worst in the NFL is?
What's that?
Gillette in Foxborough.
I've never been up there.
One way in, one way out. That's it. It is painful leaving that stadium. It got to the
Yeah, I love
point
them.
where Tom Brady got cussed out by the fan base because he complained about the fact why people were leaving before the game was over. Because that's what Patriots fans tend to do. Because they're trying to beat the traffic. The traffic is brutal.
Yeah.
Leaving out of Foxborough.
Yeah, you got way more people. The population is way more but we're getting up there. All I'm saying is if they enact this stadium bill, they're gonna have to figure out some traffic situations. That's all I'm saying. All right, so let's move on. This is something to keep an eye on. Something to keep on. Real quick, if you have not, if you don't remember, we are collecting super chats. All the super chats, all the cash apps that are donated. Between now and December 27th, we'll go to the Hearts Foundation, which is run by Miles Hartsfield and his family. And yo, fam, we ain't doing very good. This is where we at right now. This is where we at. $6.93 since last week. So we gotta do better. I did see one super chat come in earlier. Shout out to SC Bass. He's the one that put that super chat in. I'm tallying them all up. We only got $6 in this joint. So we got a $7.
We might need to extend it through the new year, bro.
Yeah, we might need to extend it, bro. But I ain't trying to.
I'm wondering if it's because of the people. It might be because of the holidays too. You know, people out here spending all their extra money. You know, I got my child tax credit today.
When you get your man, you accepting that? Hell no.
Yeah, we'll see what happens when tax time comes.
Nope.
I didn't get the full thing, so I ain't get the full thing, bro. So it ain't like I got the whole thing.
A decline.
So we'll see.
I opted out that shit immediately. You won't catch me slipping.
I think a lot of folks are going to be surprised when they come to their tax bill. I will say that
for sure. But yeah, man. Hey, again, we low here, so get them super chats up, get them cash apps popping, because 100% of that is going to Miles Hartsfield and the Hearts Foundation. So let's run that up. All right. Dave, we gotta talk about it. Hassan Reddick is the top outside linebacker as far as vote getting for the NFC. And that vote counts as 1/3 of the overall voting. Now, Dave, he has not been declared officially a part of the Pro Bowl roster. Some names have been dropped, but Hassan has not been officially dropped yet. Shout out to Ryan, bro. Appreciate that super chat. Appreciate you, bro. Straight to Hearts Foundation. Now, Hassan Reddick has not officially been named yet. 1/3 of the vote counts. The Twitter votes and all that stuff counts, and I think the player vote counts, and I think the coaches also. I don't know what the other third comes from, but right now Hassan Reddick has 11 sacks this season, 2 forced fumbles, and 2 other Panthers are potentially on the ballot as well. Brian Burns, who is second among NFC defensive ends, and Stephon Gilmore, 4th among NFC cornerbacks. So keep an eye on those guys, and we'll see if we can get a Panther or 2 in the Pro Bowl. Yeah, there it is. Fans, coaches, and players, all 1/3. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, if Reddick misses it, it'll be because of our record more than anything else. But he absolutely deserves to go based on his numbers.
Yeah, he deserved to go for sure.
He absolutely deserves to go.
All right.
Shout out to Eddie. Shout out to Eddie for the cash app towards the Hearts Foundation.
Eddie came through with a cash app. Appreciate that cash app, Eddie.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate that.
I just threw it into the chat too, man. It's pretty much the same. And matter of fact, what I'll do, just so you guys know what it is, I'll change that from my description of my name real quick. Hold on one second.
Oh, no, just put it at the bottom. Put them at the bottom, Dave.
Let me put it at the bottom.
Yeah, scroll that thing.
Oh, got it. Yeah. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. But yeah, Dave, so we took a shellacking. Well, it wasn't shellacking. The score made it worse than what it was. But we got beat pretty handily. Buffalo Bills took out the Carolina Panthers. And And again, we're not going to sit on this. We're not going to overanalyze, and we're not going to pull up the stats. But we got to talk about it. We got to talk about it. Dave, what's your thoughts on this joint?
I think we showed that we can compete, but it just wasn't like I just think when we lost it, I knew we were gonna lose prior to Sunday, but I really knew we were gonna lose when the kicker got hurt in the whole ordeal. When prior during warmups. I just it was rough, man. It was a rough game to watch. Appreciate that, Kyle. It was a
Kyle,
rough.
appreciate you, brother. And I ain't forgot
Absolutely.
about you, bro. It's gonna be in the mail. I ain't forgot about your CMC joint. I got you, bro.
Yeah, it's just
go ahead, Dave.
it's just been rough. Like it doesn't make any sense of how we just did play well. Offensive line still was tough. We were in the game, and I think if we had a kicker, we probably would have kept this game more interesting. But then when we had to go for it on fourth downs on a few occasions, and some of it was some horrific play calling with the fourth downs. It's just rough from that standpoint. Just rough. Appreciate it, Bruce.
Bruce, appreciate that super chat, brother. But yeah, man, it was rough. I was not able to watch the entire game live. I had another function I had to go to. Shout out to the bros, go mob to all the bros out there. But I watched the first quarter, and I thought we were gonna be able to hang in there. And then once, we went for it on fourth down and couldn't get it. I was like, this is a wrap. Like the offense just cannot muster up enough momentum to actually make. Like Cam is doing all he can, bro. And listen, we were just on Charlotte Vibe, and there was a lot of Cam. It was a lot of Cam slander. I was a bit surprised. I think the issue is clearly on the offensive line. Like anything, you can look at the quarterbacks in isolation and analyze their play and say Cam should play better. But when you got 2 seconds, less than a second to throw the football, and you got the guys up front not doing their job, you can't do anything. Like you can only expect Cam to do so much when he's getting his ass kicked every single snap. Like he has no time to throw the football, bro. And so I'm frustrated. I mean, we are frustrated, but the game all starts up front. Cam had some good throws when he had time in this game, and you would be remiss if you didn't see that. Like he was throwing the football when he had time. He had a couple good throws. Brandon Zilcher had a couple good catches. There were some good throws out there, but he needs time, bro. He needs time. So
shout out to Torian. Torian sent the cash out, $50 for the Hearts Foundation. Shout out to you, sir.
Oh man,
appreciate it.
Y'all running it up, man.
Run
Appreciate
it up,
that,
man.
Appreciate that. Run it up. But yeah, man. So, dog. I don't know what I don't know how
I'm lost for words, bro. Like I just can't. Like I don't know what to say at this point. Like it's just.
Yeah, I really don't understand how you can watch that game and be like, "Yo, Cam is trash." Like, how could you if you are being objective and you watch that game, like literally, there was a free rusher coming off the edge, off of Cam Irving's edge, every single play. Damn near every single play, they were just sending more dudes than the guys can block, and we had no answers for it. That's coaching. That is guys not doing a job from a receiver standpoint because guys got to get open. That's blocking up front. That's offensive coordination. Like I don't understand it, bro. I don't understand. Yeah, it was FAO body. Well, a lot of FAO body. A lot of FAO body.
Yo, FA said this is my revenge game, y'all. We about to come in here. The thing with Cam, man, is this. We've complained about every single quarterback that has started this year. Every single one. We complained about Sam being bad. We complained about Teddy last year being bad. We got folks complaining about PJ being bad. There's only one trend that stays the same, is that the fact that the offensive line has been horrific all season. And I think, we could talk about how Cam might have had some tough throws, but he made some pretty damn good ones too when he had time, like you said earlier. So from that standpoint, we just need to be more conscious of the elephant in the room. And I don't think nobody wants to talk about that anymore. I think everybody thinks getting another quarterback is going to fix our problem. And and while it could be an issue, I think fixing the offensive line should be the number one priority. It's not 1A, 1B. It is numero uno, bro.
Yeah, because people that keep saying this. I think people don't look at the game. Like people look at the game in isolation and they'll say, yeah, we need a new quarterback. Okay, you guys are right. We could use a youthful quarterback that we could build our franchise around. You're absolutely 1000% correct in saying that. I'm not going to argue that. What I am going to argue is how to build that properly. There's a right and a wrong way to do it. And the last thing you want to see is this coaching staff get a young quarterback for them not to play. You want to know why that is, Dave? There's something called a fifth-year option, right? You don't want to waste a year of a quarterback, a rookie quarterback, by having him sit because you're scared to play him but you're scared to put him behind the offensive line. That's the worst. Like you're just wasting. Case in point, I'll give you two guys right now: Zach Wilson, Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields. All rookie seasons being wasted. You want to know whose season's not being wasted?
Trey Lance.
No,
Mac
he's
Jones.
getting wasted too. Mac Jones.
Yeah.
is not getting wasted. You want to know why, Dave?
Oh, Davis Mills isn't getting wasted right now either. Davis Mills ain't getting wasted.
He's not in this equation. You want to know why he's not getting wasted, Dave? Because he has a good offensive line. He's good coach. Even though he's not the salute, like he's struggling right now. I know I watched the game. He's struggling, but the team is competitive. The team around him helps him be competitive. He's got good coaching, a good defense, good offensive line. He's got Belichick. Yes, that's what matters. He's not. Everybody else is getting wasted right now. Their rookie seasons. That's what y'all want. Y'all want to draft a quarterback, have him sit while we fix everything. Nah, bro. Fix the offensive line first. Then get you a quarterback. Slide him. Pause. Slide him in there nice and easy. Pause.
Keep pausing, bro. Keep pausing.
Keep pausing, bro. It makes no sense to get a quarterback right now. Just to get one, just to say, because we need you got those 3 quarterbacks on the roster, you got veteran quarterbacks. Get a better offensive line and better coaching, and you'll probably be able to make something shake. Getting a rookie quarterback, throwing him out there ain't helping nobody.
I'm with you there. It definitely isn't, man. It's just
and that's not an indication on any of the rookie quarterbacks. Because I like Pickett, bro. I like Pickett. I like Matt Corral. I like both. I like Malik Willis. But ain't none of them dudes. Ain't none of them dudes helping us. Yo, we got a coaching issue. We got an offensive line issue. A rookie quarterback is not fixing that, bro. I'm tired of saying it. I got to repeat the same thing every week. Cam Newton is good enough. I don't care what y'all tell me. He's good enough.
He is.
You put a good defense out there. You put a decent offensive line. Give that man some coaching. He's good enough to get you into the playoffs. I don't care what you tell me. I'm not changing my mind. Cam is a good quarterback, bro. He is not what he used to be. I'll give y'all that. He's got limitations. Sure, he can't sling the ball. Pause as deep as pause as he used to. He's got limitations. Pause, man. Keep pausing. He's got limitations, bro. He's got limitations, but he can take you to the playoffs, dog.
All I'm gonna say is this: the Denver Broncos are still in the hunt. Y'all better not let Denver make the playoffs, bro. Well, that might be a fireball. Oh yeah, he is done for the year now. Yeah, that was a bad hit he took. I don't know. Did you see that hit?
I saw it. Yeah, it was bad.
Oh yeah, that shit was bad. He might not be.
Man,
bad.
prayers up for my dude Teddy, bro.
Absolutely. Shout out to Bobby Digital for the donation.
Bobby Digital, y'all coming through, man. Appreciate the support. 100% of super chats and cash apps are going to the Miles Hartsfield Foundation, or the Hearts Foundation. Excuse me. run by Miles Hartsfield. So appreciate y'all. He says Bobby Digital says the elephant in the room is, do you trust Rule to rebuild his offensive line? Remember, Cam Irving and Pat Elflein is his picks. That's the problem. That's the problem.
At least we'll know we'll have a long. If we do draft a left tackle, he's going to have long enough arms to play it, right?
Yeah,
right.
Because they rolling with that.
So
they rolling with that. So it's unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate. We got an issue, bro, and it's not players, bro. It's a coaching issue. Y'all can't tell me otherwise, bro. So this is my way to build the team, right? This is my way to build it. You give Cam a 1 to 2 year deal. Something small, not something light. He he can't demand huge money no more. You got Sam Darnold another year. It is what it is. You got him too. Run with the quarterbacks you got, bro. Run with the quarterbacks you got. Draft offensive. You see the mock draft I did today? If you want to draft offensive a quarterback, go that route. But you got to fix the offensive line, bro. That is the only glaring weakness to this roster. Offensive line and coaching. If we can't get it done after we improve the offensive line, it's a clear coaching issue. Shout out to D-Lo Smith with the super chat, bro. He said he gets the vibe Matt Rule is staying. That's the vibe.
I've been on that. I've had that vibe since they fired Joe Brady, bro. Once Joe Brady got fired, I knew he was gonna have time. That was the move. That was the move. So shout out to Raymond Grady. He's asking us whether or not what kind of coaches we like right now. I know you're going to be doing a video on a bunch of coaches.
I got a video coming. Yeah. I got a video coming. Go ahead.
For me, I would love to see Eric Bieniemy here. I would love to see a Byron Leftwich here. I just have an inkling that, and I know Rashad might not agree with me here, but I have an inkling that we'll probably, if we do move on for Rule, we'll probably take another defensive guy. And I'll be honest, I haven't sat down and thought about who those options would be.
So for me, I'm not on the plan of taking a defensive guy. I can see building it both ways, but again, I'm going with the trends. I'm going to give me a young not necessarily young, but I'm going to give me an offensive mind. My top 3 right now, I would probably say Bieniemy. I'm gonna say Leftwich. And then if we're gonna go to defensive route, you could say your boy from the Colts. What's his name? Elberfuss or whatever. Yeah, this dude.
Yeah,
whatever. He's fine. He's got a good defense over there. Go ahead.
So here's the thing about that, man. Like I know everybody's been saying, yo, we got to get an offensive guy. But when you start if you're talking about having some level of sustainment when it comes to a franchise, you got to think about the coaches who has that right now, right? So let's name a few. Mike Tomlin, defensive guy. Bill Belichick, defensive guy. John Harbaugh was a special teams guy. So like
Sean Payton,
offensive guy. But he had his down years too.
It's a lot of offensive guys. Yeah, it happens. Every coach gonna have their down years, bro. Before they get it back on track. Again, there's several ways to skin a cat, bro. And it's several ways to skin a cat. And I feel like I'm going with guys that have been there. If you look at Byron Leftwich, bro, and I think you could knock him for working with Tom Brady and saying Tom Brady's carrying that offense. You could say that, but the guy has chips. He's got one as a coach, one as a player, right? So I'm rolling with that. Like he's been there.
Oh no,
I'm going with dudes that have been there.
If here's the thing that makes Byron Leftwich unique, though. He's been a quarterback in this league, right? And he has the utmost respect from the greatest quarterback of all time. It could be like Brady could easily just brush this dude off, but no. Brady respects the hell out of Byron Leftwich as the offensive coordinator. So I think I'm not against taking an offensive guy because I absolutely think Byron Leftwich deserves an opportunity to be a head coach. I think it'll be foolish if Jacksonville don't hire him. But that's a different discussion for another day.
Yeah, that makes too much sense. Yeah, that makes too much sense. Right
dude, like it would be so ignorant of Jacksonville to not hire Byron Leftwich to be their next head coach. It'll be silly if they don't do it at this point. Like if you want to talk about bringing morale back to the fan base, there you go. You led them dudes to the playoffs. like some of the glory days of Jacksonville. He was part of them. And he's a hell of a leader. And he's not just he's a leader of men. And we need somebody like that, which is why I like Byron Leftwich if he does decide to come to Carolina. And the same goes for Eric Bieniemy, and the same goes for Matt Elbervis. Like, I would be cool with any of those options. All of them are upgrades of what we currently have, in my opinion.
The facts.
All of them.
I want a guy.
I'm almost to the point where I might be cool with Josh McDaniels. To be honest with you, like I'm at that point.
No.
Like, you still no Josh McDaniels for you? You rather keep Rule at this point?
Good. I think it's better options. It's better options to me.
Oh, I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you. You know, I'm just, you know, that's how deep it's gone for me, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm at the point where I'm like, all right, I just don't see this being turned around. Doug Peterson's interesting too. I mean, I'm not a fan of how it ended in Philadelphia, but I can't deny his ability, dude. He's still a Super Bowl winning coach. Like, it didn't end well in Philly. It didn't end well in Philly, but that is a Super Bowl winning coach. So I would be cool with it. But no. Yeah, and by the way, guys, this is all hindsight. I didn't want no parts of McCarthy. I still stand by that.
Me either. I stand by my Mike McCarthy hate. I'm cool on that. But it's a lot of guys that I like over Matt Rule. There's a bunch of dudes. There's the OC from Buffalo. Dabo.
Matt Dablo, yeah.
Whatever. Him. Yep. I like him a lot too.
Yep.
Yeah. He says no Dabble. No Dabble. Why not no? Why is that? I'm curious. He says
I want to
no.
know why.
I'm curious on that. I don't know. I'm not saying you're right or wrong. I just want to know. I'm just curious.
Don't want nothing from the McDermott lineage?
Caldwell?
Oh, I like Caldwell. I'm cool with Caldwell. I just don't think this organization would hire somebody like Jim Caldwell, even though he deserved to have an opportunity.
Saying hard pass on Dabo, man. That's crazy.
Wow.
Y'all saying hell no. Nah. I got to do.
I don't think I want Greg Roman. I can tell you that right now. Ask Ravens fans about Greg Roman.
Yeah. They kind of. I think that ship is kind of sailed for me too. One name that y'all not talking about is the OC from San Francisco, Mike McDaniel. That's a kid I like too. Super young dude. He's 38 years old. Got that Shanahan tree. He's been with the Shanahans for a long time. I'm really doing my video right now, to be honest with you. But he's a guy, a sleeper to keep an eye out on because he's nice. He's nice.
Hugh Jackson's the coach of Grambling. He ain't coming. I think he's gonna try to build something at Grambling. I think he's gonna set a culture there at Grambling. I don't think he's gonna come to the NFL. We had our chance to get Hugh back in the NFL, man. It ended bad for him in Cleveland, bro. Real bad. Kellen Moore is interesting.
Nah, we're not looking for Joe Brady. Joe Brady doesn't have coaching experience like Mike McDaniel. He's been in the NFL for a long time. He's been in that with the Shanahans. He's been with the Pop Shanahan and with Kyle Shanahan. He's been around the Shanahan system for a long time in the NFL. He's been an assistant coach for a long time. This dude's got chops, bro. He's got chops. I've done the research on him. He's got chops, B. He's got some coaching chops. So let me see. Is there anything else? Anything else on these coaches or the game?
No. Enough about the game. No more game.
All right, I got a couple of voicemails I want to listen to.
Before we do that,
go ahead.
Before we do that,
go ahead.
Before we do that, we got to talk about our sponsors, LinkedIn. All right. These days, it can be hard to find and hire the right candidates for your small business. That's why LinkedIn Jobs made it easier to find the people you want to talk to faster and for free. You create a free job post in minutes on LinkedIn Jobs to reach your network and beyond to the world's largest professional network of over 770 million people. You can focus on candidates with just the right skills and experience and use screening questions to get your role in front of only the most qualified. Then use the simple tools on LinkedIn Jobs to quickly filter and prioritize who you'd like to interview and hire. It's why small businesses rate LinkedIn Jobs #1 in delivering quality hires versus leading competitors. LinkedIn Jobs helps you find the candidates you want to talk to faster. Did you know every week nearly 40 million job seekers visit LinkedIn? Post your job for free at linkedin.com/PNP. That's linkedin.com/PNP to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply.
Shout out to LinkedIn, man. Drop the
Absolutely.
bag on your boys.
Listen, man. What it ultimately boils down to, man. Like if you need somebody to get some work for you, man, make it happen on LinkedIn. Get on LinkedIn Jobs. Use that code PNP.
Facts. Support the channel. If you got a job out there that you need to get posted, we greatly appreciate that. All right, so Dave, let's listen to these voicemails real quick. Got a couple in here, about 3 or 4 of them that we'll listen to. Let's see here. Let me see. Let me see. All right, can we go back? Sorry. Can you hear this?
You know, I don't know what that coach is saying, but from the last 2 games that I'm listening to or watching, it's like he's just throwing everything on Cam Newton. Like, first of all, why did they, let him go in the first place and then bring him back at the last moment and expect him to get everything right to win for them? That's my take on that.
Do you hear that, Dave?
Oh, I heard it. I agree with him.
So
I agree. Like, like we've been talking about Joe Brady being a scapegoat, but now it's starting to look like there might be more than one scapegoat in this room. Cam might be the second. So it'll be interesting to see.
Couple scapegoats. Yeah, you're right. Go ahead, Dave.
It's just going to be interesting to see how this is going to go in the offseason. Like, could it have been a situation where he might have been forced to bring Cam back there, which a lot of people already think anyway, right? And now it's going to be and now it's gonna shout out to Cage Loop, man. And now it's gonna be see, man, appreciate the super chat.
Threw me off, bro.
No, appreciate the super chat. Appreciate the super chat. And I hope he's on LinkedIn too, and he needs to use the code PNP.
Yeah.
LinkedIn.com/PNP, baby. Know what I'm saying? But
it seems like every week we got somebody else ending up on LinkedIn, bro. Damn.
Yo, man. Terrible. It was good timing when we got the sponsorship, I will say.
That's funny.
But I lost my train of thought. Damn it, man.
Scapegoats.
It was about the scapegoats.
Scapegoats.
Either way, the bottom line is there might be more than one scapegoat in this equation. And this could have been a situation where Rule could be like, yo, I tried it your way. I try to bring your guy back, and he ain't work out, try to win these games. But I don't know. That might make leadership angrier if he says something like that. But Cam's is in a scapegoat situation. But I just don't know. I just hope that the leadership doesn't allow him to take a quarterback, not knowing what's going to happen with him.
Yeah,
you know how Tepper is about trying to get his. You know how Tepper is about trying to get his quarterbacks.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so this is a rather long voicemail we have coming up next, but this is a long. I'm gonna tell you this: whoever this is a long time listener based off the read that I'm reading. So here we go.
Yo, what up, PNP? Shot, Dave, this is Indico here. Just want to call in, man. Just say, yo, we got to put David Tepper on trial, man. Shot, you got to bring back the People's Court in music and that. Not the business side, David Tepper. I heard what you said on Charlotte Vibe earlier. Business paper is good. But the football decisions, David Tepper needs that straight trial on the bench. I mean,
he's right, Dave.
Pittsburgh in 2018.
Bongos back, baby.
It's all on David Tepper, my G. I mean, from getting Ron up out of here, even though he deserved to go, but he started meddling and then up until now, man. So listen, the number one thing that Carolina faces is getting the right people to Carolina. It's always been a number one problem. Small market team, you have to have a draw. The one thing I can't say about Rivera, he was a player's coach, man. And people respect him from the 85 Bears and everything else. You got to have either coaches You have to have the city, something that's going to draw players here. And once Rivera left, all of that left with him. So Tepper is on Tepper now to use what he used the first time. If I was Tepper, I'll do exactly what I did with Matt Rule, except do it with a better coach. Just throw the money at him. You got the bag. Hire the best head coach. Hire the best assistant coaches. Get them on in here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's about the only answer. David Tepper basically had a straight to all my poker fans. He had a straight and went all in on it. The league called him, busted out. Now he's ass out. So at this point, it's Matt Rule's going to get another year. I agree with you guys, but hey, Tepper has the football decision mind. Tepper, he's got a lot to do with this, my man. That's basically all I wanted to say, man. I don't know where we go from here. The quality assurance guy in me says wants to figure it out like you should, but I don't got an answer, man. The outlook don't look good.
It don't,
I
bro.
say Rule, he'll get to about half the season next year, and at that point they can him, blow it all up, they start all over. Let me hear what you guys got to say about that. All right, I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.
So,
Great call, by the way.
Phenomenal call. Now, one thing I will say though, Rule, and I said this before, and I'll say it again. Rule has until the bye week of next year, so he better hope to God that bye week is week 13 again, because or week 12, or whatever week we had this year, he better hope to God that's what it is, because that's how long he has. I think he has until the bye. So if the bye is week 4, he got 3 weeks to figure it out. I think that's going to be the line where we're going to find out whether or not he's going to get to make it through the whole season, is that bye week. So that's what it boils down to it for me. And we should bring back the bongos, bro. We got to bring back the bongos, man. We about to get a strike.
Hey, real quick. Hey, if you've been listening to PNP for a long time, man, you remember we used to put folk on trial, man. That was good times. Amari, what's up, man? Say what's up to the people.
He did already. I had him on mute.
Okay.
You want to say bye to the people?
Right.
You want to say bye to the people?
Say what's up to the people, man.
Say bye to the people. Come on, come back. I'm gonna let you get some time, a couple seconds. Say hi to the people.
Hi.
And say bye to the people.
Hi.
What you about to do?
Go to bed.
That's right. Go to bed. Peace. It's been real.
Peace out, Amari.
Have fun.
But yeah, man. Yeah, we used to put people on trial, man. You wasn't performing. You had to come to the seat. You had to sit down, bro. You had to come sit. That was good times. Good times back
before there was stock up, stock down. Before it was stock up, stock down, we were taking cats the cold up in this piece.
Yeah, we might need to bring that back, man. That was good times, man. Good call, bro.
And unlike the government, we make decisions up in this piece. We be making cats guilty, innocent, the whole nine.
Yeah, for sure. Dave was terrible as a defense attorney.
You got your damn mind.
All right, so let me go to this next one. We'll go. Hey, real quick, if you let me move this banner real quick.
You gonna move it up?
If you want, no, you good. If you want to call in and get a voicemail in, call 704-759-6562. Call in, leave a voicemail. We're going through. I got my last one that's on the docket right now. We're gonna go through that one. Just feel free to call in and leave a voicemail. Hey, we want your voice to be heard. You got a question, comment, any concern? We'll talk. Call up, leave your voicemail. We'll talk about it. Here we go. Here's another one. As soon as it loads, it's not loading. Give me 1 second. Here we go.
Hey, Rashad, Dave, what's good? This is SC Base, man. Hey, I can't even be too upset about that game yesterday. As we can see, the offensive line is trash. We need some more help. The problem is not Cam. We actually need to keep Cam on the roster next year to keep some veteran presence. And, possibly draft a quarterback late in the rounds. and develop them. But there's no way that Matt Rule should be able to come back, and that's a fact. We're gonna see what happens, man. As always, keep pounding.
SC Base, what's good, bro? So
Appreciate
yeah,
it, man.
I mean, listen, I agree. I think again, personal opinion versus what I think the Panthers are going to do. I think Matt Rule is not the guy. He's proved over the past 2 years that although the talent on this roster has improved, the wins and losses haven't. And that's all I need to know. That's all I need to see. The talent on this roster has improved, especially on the defensive side of the football. Right? You bring in Hassan Reddick, Stephon Gilmore, CJ Henderson, AJ Bouye, all these dudes. And you bring in all these cats. And now your defense, your win-loss record has gone down. Or, excuse me, going to stay the same, potentially. You might get one win better. I doubt it. I don't see us winning another game personally. But this is where we are. Like, you have not improved. You have not improved, fam. And like I said, for the talent to get better and you to continue to have the same roster or the same win-loss record is unacceptable.
Yeah, I'm with you there, man. It's been
Bruh,
terrible.
fam, what is you talking about?
He's a rule trooper, man. He's a rule truther.
What are we talking about here?
There's a lot of
What are we
folks that
talking-
want to. There are a lot of folks that think that.
What are we talking about?
He's right. He has only had one full season, but it'll be these 3 games away from having 2. And so far, it looks like he's going to have the same amount of win totals in both. But a lot of folks want him to get that 3rd year, man. But they're going to get their wish. I don't see Tepper making a move at the end of the season. You know, I don't see it. Like, I don't see Tepper making a move at the end of the season. I think Tepper's going to let him go to 3rd year and go from there.
Technically, Jay Simp is right. The win percentage
He
would
is.
be worse because of the addition of the game. You're absolutely right. Technically.
Yeah,
You're right.
That's a fact.
You're right. Nick, I'm not seeing the ticket prices at all. I'm not. I'm not. Haven't looked.
Nah, I don't think so, bro. I think my man's comfortable.
I'm
No.
talking about this one.
Yeah. Yeah, my man. I think Matt Rule's comfortable, man. You know? 10 wins.
Yeah, I mean,
in 2
when
years.
he gets up on these press conferences, he do seem real comfy, bro. He do seem real comfy. All right,
He's
so we got
bro.
another voicemail.
He was probably told he's going to get the start next season.
Right. We got another voicemail coming in. Here we go.
Hi, I just wanted to see what your guys' thoughts was on Sam Darnold starting at the end of the season. The local media, they openly is just pretty much saying, hey, let's just start Cam at the last home game and then just throw Sam out for the 2 road games just to see what you have, and he's under contract. I'm not thinking that's what's going to happen given what Rule's comments were in his presser. So just wanted to know what your guys' thoughts were. Thanks.
Yeah, we didn't really talk about the presser on the show. We talked about it on Charlotte Vibe earlier today. We didn't really talk about the presser on the show, man. My man was talking about Cam in past tense today, bro.
He was.
So like
he talked about Cam as if he's already done here. He said when Cam was here, it's unfortunate we didn't get a victory while Cam was here. Like, what does that mean, sir? What does that mean? So I think in regards to that, I've seen a couple of different situations, a couple of different articles out there saying, hey, yo, fam, this could be Cam's last home game, talking about Sunday against the Bucks, blah, 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 blah. And that, Sam Darnold could get another game, could start as soon as he's healthy. And I believe that is going to happen.
Oh, that's not. I warned y'all. I warned y'all that after the Washington game. I said if he don't get some wins, he's gonna be out of here.
And just to, I'm not trying to like double speak, but Cam, truthfully, has not done what it's take to really take it from Sam either. Like he hasn't stamped it and be like, "Yo, this is my." But again, I bring in context when I say that too, because Cam, the bad offensive line, he's got an offensive coordinator that just got fired. Like there's a lot of different nuances and context that needs to be talked about when talking about that. Our offense has been putrid, and so it is what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah, I think folks who are like, appreciate the super chat, Bobby Digital. I think folks who are seeing Sam again got to realize that Cam had to beat Sam out, and I don't think he's done that, and I think that's the problem. And I know people say, well, he ain't have as many turnovers as Sam, but I said, but it's not enough. And I'm never a big fan of the QB stat, but unfortunately, it's gonna be used against him, just like folks used that 0-9 shit against Teddy Bridgewater last year. So now it's gonna be used against Cam because he hasn't been able to win a game.
Yep.
So that's why I kept trying to tell folks, quit using that QB stat fourth quarter BS, because now Rule could potentially go that route, and Cam might have started his last game as a Panther, or it could be this Sunday.
Could be if Sam is healthy. And shout out to Chris. He was working on the report because if you recall in Matt Rule's presser, he was working on getting the information on whether Sam Darnold was going to be good to go and cleared by the doctors. After the show, he was telling us that he was working on that information. So shout out to Chris. He could have that information tomorrow in that whether Sam Darnold is healthy and good enough to start practicing and taking contact. Because if he is, I fully believe that Sam Darnold will see reps. I don't think he'll get the start next Sunday, but because I think that could, like everybody's saying, that could be Cam's last game. So I do believe they'll give Cam the opportunity to start. But I most certainly do think you will see Sam Darnold next week if he's healthy, for sure. So real quick, shout out to Bobby Digital, man, for the super chat. He said he's going to donate $50 to the show if Tepper doesn't fire Matt Rule and he
without
loses
another
out.
win. So if we lose the last 3 games and Tepper doesn't fire him, he would donate 50 to the show. Get ready for your donation, bro.
We got screenshot that. We need receipts.
Evan Neal, get that. Put that comment back up. I can fix that for you. Put that comment back up real quick. Hold on.
Receipts.
Oh, I'm getting these receipts. Don't worry. We done. Receipt has been created.
Good.
Carry on. Yeah. Carry on.
So SC Bass says Evan Neal or Charles Cross. I'm rolling with Evan Neal. For right now, that could change. I'm subject to change my mind, but as of right now, I'm going Evan Neal. Shout out to SC Base for super chat. I didn't do. We kind of went through them already, but I do have a list ready, and I'll get those out soon. One day.
Let's see here.
Yep. So yeah. Oh, go ahead.
I'm looking at Marcus's comment over here. You lose the locker room. The players that you want aren't coming back. If they keep Rule, players are going to tell the free agency that Rule sucks. Yeah, that's possible.
Here we go. We got another voicemail, Dave. Let's roll with this.
All right.
Hey guys, I'm Shalika. I'm pretty new to watching your show, but I was just was interested in knowing what do you think about?
Let me run this back real quick.
Guys,
Sorry.
I'm Shalika. I'm pretty new to watching your show, but I was just was interested in knowing what do you think about Scott Fitterer and because typically the GMs and the head coaches come in pairs together. So are we going to dump them both together, or are we going to dump them separately, or how are we going to work this thing out? Because at this point, they're kind of, I don't know if they're clashing or working together, or I don't know at this point. But I mean, it's, some of this probably got to be on Scott too. So I'm just interested in knowing your take about that perspective. All right.
This is a great question. And I just did a whole video on this. So if you go to Panther Nation Podcast, pull up our videos, and I have a video saying, is Scott Fitterer to blame? And I pretty much break down exactly what you said, because, yes, you're right. They are supposed to be brought in together. The GM and the head coach are supposed to be brought in together. They're supposed to be fired together. The problem is that we hired the coach first and then brought in a GM. The GM is the one that's supposed to hire the head coach. That's how it's supposed to work. So right now we're in a situation where Scott Fitterer is doing the bidding of Matt Rule, and Matt Rule and David Tepper were in place before Scott Fitterer was in existence.
Yep.
So there lies the problem. So yes, Scott Fitterer deserves some heat. Yes, he's made some bad moves. Yes, the Sam Darnold thing is on him, and it goes to his name. But he's only doing the bidding of a coach that he did not hire. So Fitterer should get the opportunity to hire his own head coach that he can then be fired with if he does not do a good job. That's how it's supposed to work.
So here's my take on it, and Rashad might not agree. I think the longer that Rule stays, the higher the odds are that they leave together. So, and we're talking past this season, right? So let's say hypothetically, Rule gets to go the whole third season, right? And maybe he somehow gets to a fourth season, and then Tepper says enough's enough. I could see a scenario where Tepper makes a decision to let them both go at the same time, whether it's fair to Fitterer or not, right? I think there's a window where I could see Rule out of here and Fitterer stay. But I think that involves Tepper and Fitterer making a move sooner than later. You follow me? But I think if we're in the fourth year and Rule's still the coach, if they make a decision, I think they're going to dump them both. Because at that point, I don't think Fitterer can stick around for multiple years and expect with Rule as the coach and expect to have more leeway time. It's going to be a point just like there's a point where with Rule firing Brady, Rule firing Brady, giving Rule more time, it's going to be the same thing. Like Fitterer's going to have to make a decision to get Rule out of here so he can have more time to do what he needs to do, like hire his own coach and see that through.
Could that happen? Yes, but I feel like that would be another stupid move, right? It would be another add that to another dumb move. In that, why would you get rid of a GM that you just
because the argument could be the part of the reason why you selected Fitterer is because he was willing to work with Rule.
No, he had no choice. Any GM you would have had, any GM brought in, that would have been the case. Any one of them, you did it backwards. That's why Fitterer should get the opportunity to hire his own head coach, a guy that he chose, because that's how it's supposed to work. Every GM is supposed to have an opportunity to get their own coach. That is how it's supposed to work. A coach that their philosophies mesh, they're on the same page. That's how it's supposed to work. Unfortunately, we didn't operate. That's why it looks bad. Because you can see it. Like, listen to this dude's press conferences. Listen to Matt Rule's press conferences, and then look at the personnel that we have. You can tell that Matt Rule is the one driving all of this. When he talks about, I want long-armed guys, and then Cam Irving. That's why we got Cam Irving, because you know what? He fit that box that Matt Rule wanted. So Scott Fitterer went and got that type of dude. Same thing with Deontay. Look, why Deontay Brown isn't playing? Why isn't Brady Christensen playing left tackle? Because the short arm thing. Look at all the former Baylor and Temple players, bro. That's Matt Rule. That's Matt Rule's doing, bro. That ain't Scott.
No, I'm with you. I'm just saying.
So what are we saying?
The longer you wait to make a move on Matt Rule, the odds of both of them being gone is going to be higher. Like, that's how I feel about it. Like, I think if you got Matt Rule out here coaching a fourth season and it still continues to be bad, I think Tepper's, I think they're both gone. Appreciate it, Bobby Digital.
Bobby Digital coming through a mass super chat. Appreciate you. Says, remember Fitterer's the GM. I'm sure having valid conversation with Tepper that Rule is. I agree. Fitterer is not doing his job right now if he's not with Tepper saying, hey, hey, we gotta start looking at other cats. We gotta start looking at other dudes. Eddie with the super chat says, "What, if anything, can Rule do from now to the end of the season to make you more comfortable with him?" I would say the number one thing is if start evaluating that offensive line. You got to get dudes like Brady Christensen out there, left tackle, and play Deontay Brown and get your rookies and start evaluating. That's number one for me. I don't even care about wins and losses at this point.
No. He needs to win some games.
I don't
now
care.
That being said, he's got to win some games. But that being said, I think if him doing what you just said, I think doing what you just said would help him win some games. But he got to win some games, bro. Like, he's got to show, like, he's got to win in December. He's only had one win in December and post-Thanksgiving. Like, he's got to win some games. That's what he needs to do. He needs to win the game. He needs to win some games when it counts. He needs to figure, like, he can't end this season with 7 straight losses, bro. Like, there's no comfort in that.
Bro.
There's no comfort in that, bro.
I feel like you gotta start playing your young boys. And yeah, y'all right. He does have to be competitive, but I'm not expecting him to go out there and beat a Tampa.
Why not?
Because he sucks.
But
he ain't gonna do it.
No, the question. What was the question? What was the question? Let's be clear. What was the question? Where's the question at? What, if anything, can Rule do?
Ain't nothing he can do. Ain't nothing he can do, bro. I know he ain't the dude. I want to see my young bulls. I want to see Brady Christensen. I want to see.
I'm just trying to answer Eddie's question. He asked what he could do from now to the end of the season.
Nothing.
For comfortable him saying
the answer is nothing.
He got to win out. He wins out.
Fair
I'm
enough.
like, all right. He wins out. All right. I'm here. You out here in the season 8-9. All right.
I'm done. Even if he went out,
done.
I've seen enough.
I know you're done. I'm trying to give some positivity to the show. If he wins out, I'll feel a little bit more comfortable with him coming back.
What's this? The Positivity Nation podcast?
No, man, it's not. I'm just saying. I'm answering the question. He wins out, I feel more comfortable. Because then he can say he won in December. You know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't out here winning in these December streets. He wins out, I'll feel comfortable. Out here and you beat the Super Bowl champions twice and the Saints in between, I'll feel comfortable. Because I damn sure didn't have them winning them joints going into the season. So you do that, I'll feel comfortable. Oh, yeah, none of us did. We all thought we were going to start strong and then collapse at the end. So you went out, I'll feel comfortable. I don't see it happening. Let me be clear. But
it says Zilstra getting burned while a healthy TMJ 90. I told y'all Brandon Zilstra was the truth. He got the best hands on the squad.
He does.
Try to tell y'all that.
He does.
I try to tell y'all that. And he a kicker too. Y'all ain't see him out here. That he should get stock up. If anything, he's the only lone stock up. We got another voicemail, Dave. This is a long one too, so strap in. Whenever it come up.
Yeah, go for it.
Whenever it hold on. Here we go.
Hey, what's up, Shad and Dave? This is Nick Hedden. When I do this sign to the show, I'm signing as Indy Hedden. So yeah, Rashad, you've been saying it right. It's Hedden. But yeah, my first name is Nick. But anyway, first of all, fellas, Aggie Pride.
Hey.
04 representing.
Hey.
What's up with y'all?
He was there when I was there.
You guys are two of the most informed guys on social media doing this Panther thing. Let me go ahead and say that as well. But of course, you know, what else can I expect with Aggies? You know how we do.
Right.
Excellence all the way. Because
Aggie Pride.
Anyway, but yeah, so the predicament that we're in is just pitiful. And you guys are right. You know, Matt seems a lot, you know, he seems a little comfortable. But let's remember that Rivera seemed comfortable as well until Tepper started to speak about things like mediocrity and all of that stuff. You know, then Rivera, he was speaking with a little, what the Cam Tosper say, a little tremble in his voice. So that's what I'm waiting on. I'm waiting on the temper presser, and and hopefully that comes soon. And let them bring.
Let me pause that real quick. The David Tepper presser was not going to happen till the end of the season. Yes. Just because that's the interesting comment, but it's not going to happen until the end of the season. I just want to jump in right there.
I'm gonna be clear too, man, because I want to say this before we continue, man. The Ron Rivera slander is kind of rough on the edges a bit, man. Like, I don't think you guys understand. Like, he had a pretty damn good tenure here. He's the winningest coach we've ever had. You would hope that Matt Rule ended up like Ron Rivera at the straight. Like, that's the reality of the fact. Like, he's the bar that's set, whether you like them or not. And we said this, me and Rashad mentioned this yesterday. We would have seen Brady Christensen by now if he was the coach. He wouldn't accept how bad these guys are playing.
Yep.
You know, I know he's about playing his vets, but eventually he's going to say, nah, we can't do this no more. You out here getting my quarterback killed. He would have been did it. And he wouldn't point the finger. He doesn't point the fingers at the players. He just makes decisions based on what he sees. He watches film too. So.
All right, let's finish this.
And back. Let them bring him back. So we can remind everybody that, you know, of the trash, the real trash that they brought in here. They need a reminder. They want to see the reminder. Let them see the reminder. I'm okay with that. These next few games, Cam had a decent game, I must say, this past Sunday. You know, he had a lot of tips, but if, you know, as many tips as he has had in the last few weeks, what does that tell you? That tells you that your offensive line is being overpowered. You know what I'm saying? And guys are able to put their arms up in the way of your quarterback. That's what it tells me. I mean, it's simple. It's like, it was just a shit show from the beginning because he just should have never resigned. Because anytime that you have to be the savior, they're going to hail you until they nail you. And oh boy, when they get the chance to nail you, that's what they're going to do. And I'm so sick of everybody falling for this.
That's a bar.
Freaking,
that is a bar. Hold on. Hold on. Stop the presses. That is a bar. This man said they're going to hail you until they nail you.
Nail you.
Bro, that is a bar.
Look, man.
That's deep. That's
look,
deep,
man. Look, man. I can see his hip hop repertoire already, man. I see you, bro.
That's deep, bro.
I see you,
that's
bro.
Deep. Let's continue. Let's continue.
Freaking smoke and mirrors QB situation. That's what it is. Any QB that comes in here is just something to divert you from what's really going on. And I beg to differ with you guys on one particular situation. They're going to draft a freshman quarterback, and they're going to play him. And because that wise, guess what? Then the fan base has to be patient. Thus extends Matt's rule. And so, you know, maybe for another 2 or 3 years, which will most likely be the end of his contract.
He's got a point.
Yeah.
He's got a point. He's got a point. He's saying that Matt Rule is going to buy himself a couple more years by drafting a quarterback and playing that quarterback early.
He ain't gonna have much of a choice. Right? He won't have much of a choice when you sit down and think about it. Like, at this point, it's about job preservation. Right? We're at that point with him. Like, because you know Tepper's impatient. And the thing is, Tepper right now is impatient in a mode where he needs to be more patient. You know what I'm saying? So, and it goes with the fan base too. But I think the fan base is done with the patience. Like, I think we're at the point where we're like, yo, do something else, because this obviously isn't going to work. And I think some of us sees that it's not going to work. Some of us don't see some level of progress that we saw with Ron in his second year. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just don't see it.
Yeah,
and I think
we got.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say we got to stop it. We got to stop it with the Ron Rivera year 2 comparisons, because it's not equal. I posted this on Twitter last night. Yo, my man Ron Rivera closed out the season, I think, winning what, 5 or 6 games or 6 consecutive games, something like that. Year 2, like, he closed out strong. Matt Rule, on the other hand, if we lose out, we're gonna lose 7 consecutive games, bro. That's you can't end the season like that. That's unacceptable. You can't go into a third year with any kind of confidence. At least with Rivera, you close out the season on a positive note, and you're going into year 3 with something to build on. That's exactly what they did. Now we like, yo, what? We don't know if this dude's the right fit. And we had what I wish I had the strength of schedule numbers, because our strength of schedule was not that great. It wasn't that great.
Well, I will say this is what where's the comment that Marcus had? It disappeared on me. Oh, here it is. Even the Lions are winning games, bro. The Lions just beat the top team in the NFC yesterday.
Yep.
You know, and they ain't got nothing to play for. They're the only team mathematically eliminated from the postseason. And they out here and beat the Arizona Cardinals, which we need to have a discussion about. Is the voicemail? We still got more from the voicemail.
No, we got one more.
Okay, wait. Before we go to the next voicemail, we need to have a discussion about this. I'm starting to question the Arizona win, bro. I'm starting to question it. I was already questioning it before.
I've already questioned it. Yeah, we were already questioning it because it was Colt McCoy and no D-Hop.
Yeah.
Discussion over. What's to discuss?
So, oh yeah, by the way, we need to catch up on some Cash Apps. So shout out to Aspen.
Wow, more Cash Apps?
No, I missed this one. Shout out to Aspen. She donated $20 towards the cause. And we also had one for we had one for $2, but I can't because there was a question about Darnold. I don't know where that was at.
I questioned it. Slim say question the Jets win. Hell, I question all the wins at this point.
Yeah, all of them are questionable. Let me pull up the Cash App real quick because I
here we go. Here, while you pull that up, I can go through the next voicemail.
Hey, what's good, y'all? It's Jason.
Jason, what up, bro?
Yeah, so 3 games left. I had some thought on what I want to see. What I want to see heading into the offseason, what I want to see end out the year. Things that y'all have already touched on, but you know, the biggest complaint I think that should be happening right now from at this point in the season, like playoffs out of the question, looking into next year, looking into where does this franchise go, right? Like we know David Tepper said, I will not tolerate mediocrity. Okay, well now, bro, you've had 4 straight losing seasons. So you haven't been even mediocre, you've just been bad.
Mm-hmm.
So that needs to turn around. We need to see progress, like in every fashion. We need to see progress. So I kind of disagree. I think what Dave was making the point, like you need to see it win out. Like, I don't need to see that much because I don't expect that much. So we need to have realistic expectations. I need to see us compete because literally every game right now, when we're down 7 or we're down 10, I'm like, oh, crap, game's over.
Facts.
I need to see us compete wire to wire for a full game versus a team without an asterisk next to it, without us playing a backup quarterback, without us, playing a coaching staff that ain't got all the head coach ain't even on the field or whatever it is.
That's what we were just talking about. All of our wins have asterisks next to them. Like we were just talking about that.
Every single
all
one
of them,
bro.
All of them have some sort of question mark, bro.
Well, before we go,
the Atlanta game. Hold on, Dave.
I'm gonna answer. No, I want to answer the question because it was relatable. But so like the question we had. Shout out to Yallo. He donated $2 towards the cause, and he asked, "How do we win games with Darnold?" Because they all had asterisks, bro. The 4 wins that Darnold got, we beat Atlanta, not that good of a team. We beat the Jets, not that good of a team. The Texans, not that good of a team. The Saints, not really that good of a team, and they had a lot of players lost due to the Rona. So
and coaches,
yeah, and coaches. So those are the 4 wins that Darnold had this year. So carry on.
Yep.
And Tampa may have to do that now, especially week 17, given the scenario with the playoffs and
Tampa's going to have to play
for that number 1 seed. So we got 2 cracks at them, I believe. Obviously, the Saints, they're playing Taysom, but that's a very good defense still, and the offense can definitely get tested. Seeing progress there in the play calling, like just seeing progress throughout the game, not burning timeouts early, seeing good play calling, seeing something that we haven't touched on with play calling is seeing sequencing in the play calling. Like, oh, okay, we hit them with the stretch run. Now we come back with the bootleg action and throw off that. Like, we don't see, like, it just seems like with the play calling on offense, like we're just calling plays and trying things. It seems like we're actively searching, and we need, and we're an offense that is still without an identity, and that is because we have had so much change in quarterback and coordinator and inconsistent offensive line play. So I need to see sequencing in the play calling and fluidity with it over these last 3 games. I want to see progress in general over these last 3 games. I just want to see us compete. If we lose, that's fine. We lose at the wire to a last-second field goal, okay, but like at least you were there and you competed wire to wire, and I want to see us get tested that way.
And that's a great point, and that's exactly what we were doing last year. Last year we were in every game. We were competitive. That's why I keep saying we've regressed. We're getting blown out. Like it's different. We're getting out coached, and I think Jason brought up a great point in regards to the sequencing. Because he's right. Like, we're not setting anything up. We're not setting up a deep pass. We're not setting up anything. We're just going out there and we're just, like running plays. There's no flow to the offense. So what happens is we'll go. Hold on, Dave. We'll go out. We'll run the football first down. We'll run it. We'll get like 2 yards, and then we'll end up 2nd and 8. We'll try to throw the ball. And then it'll be incomplete pass, or we'll get sacked, or it'll be a penalty, and then we'll end up in 3rd and long, and we can't convert. Once we get in 3rd and plus anything more than 3 yards, our offense isn't capable of getting it. It sucks. That is, if we're not within 3 yards of the first of getting a first down, bro, then we're not gonna get it. That's how bad this offense is.
But it becomes it becomes an interesting question, though. Then you ask the question: did a full offseason program actually help us? Right? If we played tougher, and without an offseason, that makes you wonder: did the offseason actually help? Like, giving him more time, was giving the coaching staff more time a bad thing? You know what I'm saying?
It's coaching, bro. It's coaching. It goes back to coaching, man. I don't care what anybody tells me. The talent is on this roster, bro. It's about coaching at this point. You hand this roster over to an experienced NFL coach, and we at least at 500. You can't tell me that, bro. You can't tell me we don't have the talent to be at least a 500 team. And that's all I was asking for, was progression. We have regressed this season, and it's obvious. It's obvious. All right, let's go to one. We got one more. We have one more come in.
I got another question before you play it.
It was just a miscall that.
Before you play it. All right. Diallo sent another donation. How do we win? How did Darnold win behind a bad low line? Well, Darnold benefited for doing a lot of short passes. He made his decisions much quicker because he always was checking it down to Christian McCaffrey. So Christian McCaffrey was there the first 3 games. And I thought Darnold was, and I thought, that was cool at the time. And then McCaffrey got hurt in the 3rd game against Houston. And then he held on to keep got the win. So I'm thinking, all right, we might be okay without McCaffrey. And then we saw real fast that he needed that valve. And it just fell apart. And there were times where the line actually played okay, because a lot of Darnold's turnover was happening with a clean pocket. But I think people tend to forget about that. I think that was part of the reason why I wanted Darnold out of here.
It's been an issue for a long. Most of his interceptions come off of clean pockets, bro. He's just not a good quarterback.
Yep.
Moving on. Here's another.
Hey,
one.
I called back one more time because I did have another question. Because I know that everybody's talking about Sam coming back. What are they going to do when Sam gets in there and he bombs? Because he's going to bomb. I know he's going to bomb. He's going to throw 2 or 3 interceptions. What's the narrative going to be? Will Matt get fired at the end of the season? Will he then try to massage Cam and try to keep Cam because it's a dumpster fire? Or I'm just interested in what you guys think the narrative is going to be. Or will he try and go and get a quarterback and try to ride that way? Which that, to me, I heard what the man said that, but I don't know about that one, because then the question becomes, well, you've had 3 or 4 different quarterbacks. It looks like you don't know how to pick that person. So that would be my
talk about it.
My play off of that. So Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
that's my question for that. What's going to be the narrative if that happens? Because he's gonna bomb.
Great question. And I think, she is absolutely spot on, bro. Like, it's
Yeah,
spot
man.
on. Because what do we do with Sam Darnold? The problem is the contract, right? The $18 million. He is going to be a Carolina Panther next year. He ain't going nowhere. And so when he goes out there, and I feel like personally, and if I'm David Tepper, I'm not letting this dude pick another quarterback, because you're right.
Oh, I've been
We've
saying
had
that, bro.
he's had 3 or 4 quarterbacks, and he doesn't know how to pick that position. He's never been around an elite quarterback. He doesn't know what it looked like. He doesn't know
He
what it
knows what
looks
it looked
like.
like from the. He knows what it looked like from the sideline, but he don't know what it looked like from the other than Cam.
Coaching it.
Cam is the most elite quarterback he's seen. You want to keep it a
Right.
buck.
And so he doesn't know what it looks like. And so I'm not. No, you made us go out there, and you made us pick up Sam Darnold's 50th option, because that was the guy you wanted. Now you got to come in here and you got to sleep with it. You got to lay with it. You better coach your ass off and get the best Sam Darnold version of Sam Darnold you can get, because that it is what it is. And for me personally, I'm keeping Cam as a backup option. Hopefully he'll come back, but I need something else other than Sam Darnold to be viable. And I'm not talking about PJ Walker. And I'm not talking about PJ Walker.
Undefeated,
But
never lost.
I think the three quarterbacks that we have on this roster need to be the 3 quarterbacks we have next year. I'm not letting Matt Rule pick another quarterback. I'm not doing it, bro. I'm not.
We're there,
I'm sorry.
bro. You ain't got no qualms out of me there.
So
I kept saying
so
the
then she
biggest
asked
reason
what-
why the biggest reason why I don't want us to take a quarterback next season is because because if Matt Rule's back here, he should not be able to draft a quarterback. And all these mock drafts are talking Kenny Pickett in the first round. I have no interest in that. Period.
So then she asked another important question: was what is the narrative going to be? What's the narrative going to be when this dude is trash? Like I guess they're going to try to bring back Cam, and what's the narrative going to be? Like, how is this going to roll, Dave?
Oh, if Darnold comes out there and be terrible,
yeah,
Darnold's going to be the guy next year. I mean, I hope you guys know that. Like, I don't see a scenario where Darnold.
I agree.
I don't see a scenario where Darnold's not starting week 1 next year, barring injury. That's the only scenario I could see otherwise. I don't like. Truth be told, Slim, we should try to trade with Pittsburgh. If they want a quarterback that bad, but
Pittsburgh. That'd be dope.
Yeah,
played in the stadium. Familiar with it.
Yeah, man.
That's where Pitt plays.
Yep. So I just think, it Donald's going to be here. I don't see a scenario where he's not here. I mean, if they're trying to trot that man out of here the last 2 weeks of the season, that should tell you more than what you think. That should tell you enough, right there. So
yeah. All right. So Dave, do we want to close this thing out, man? We've been up here talking. We went through some voicemails. This is a good conversation. Didn't really talk about the game. I kind of like that format, bro. I kind of like listening to these voicemails. There's some good callers, good quality voicemails. That was dope, man. I kind of like that. We might need to keep this one, Dave.
Yeah, we should.
We got another one.
Let's do another one.
We got one more. We'll hold on to that one. We'll wait for that one. But I kind of like this. I like this one. We'll do this.
Let's see.
Do this more often.
Let's see here.
Oh, while we're waiting on that voicemail to come through, I just want to let y'all know, man. It's gonna be a lot of new a new look coming in to 2021, 2022. Come January, our first show. Let me see what's our first show, Dave, on the new year.
January 3rd, I think it is.
Yes, Monday, January 3rd, bro. It's gonna be a whole new look, a whole new feel for PNP. It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope. Dave's seen it. Matter of fact, we probably need to test it once you're done, Dave. Once we're done with this, I like to test it. But yeah, it's super dope, bro. It's super cool. Hopefully we'll have a new intro. It's gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit, man. It's gonna be lit. New look. It's gonna be dope. Let me see what this voicemail talking about. Still coming through. We'll wait on that voicemail to come through. Anything else, Dave?
Nah, man. I think we're done. We're done. Right. We're done here. I'm trying to think. Is there anything we didn't talk about? We talked about the classic. We talked about Celebration Bowl. I should probably let you guys know this. I'm not doing the fantasy show tomorrow because I'm flying out tomorrow. But I will tell you this. Scotty Miller, anyone? Antonio Brown, anyone? Because Antonio Brown might be available in a lot of leagues. Fantasy for this week was insane. Crazy. A lot of the normal players, other than like Jonathan Taylor, like Davis Mills was the top 10 quarterback in fantasy this week. Mac Jones was the top 10 quarterback in fantasy this week. So, it was a lot of 1Cs might have got eliminated this week, bro. If they had to play this week, they probably out of here this week. Appreciate the super chat, SC Bass. Yeah, Gronk is going to be a special type of tight end next week, man.
Yeah,
but
we struggled with
looks,
Knox, bro. Knox was feasting on us.
He was. Oh, Knox is great.
So you already know what Gronk gonna do.
Yeah, the thing is, Knox is already in most leagues because Knox is the top 5 quarterback.
I wasn't talking about fantasy. I wasn't talking about fantasy.
I'm not trying to talk about the game. No, we ain't talking about the game. I don't want to talk about the game.
We got Knox carved us up, bro.
Oh, I know.
I'm still waiting on that voicemail to come through. I haven't seen it come through yet. Might still be talking.
The other thing you got to keep in mind too is that there's gonna be some from a fantasy standpoint, you're gonna have to take some risks this week. There's gonna be some risks that folks are gonna have to take this week because there's a lot of players that a lot of people can pick up, like a Duke Johnson who had a good day. Donta Foreman might be available in some leagues, or some folks might have dropped them. So there's gonna be some level of available. Yo, Larry is out here. Larry's out here living his best life, bro. Larry's staying away, man, and I like it that way. I prefer it that way. I don't want him talking about his little lowly Bucks. All right, and I'm pretty sure he's nervous now. He should be.
That dude ain't nervous. I'm nervous for what? The Panthers?
No, the Bucks.
Come on, man. What are you nervous about? Should be nervous about the Panthers. We suck.
Fournette's
so
gonna be
what?
out of.
And
so what? Mike Evans is gonna be out a couple weeks too. So what?
Okay, and so what?
Chris Godwin,
Scotty Miller gonna whoever those back, Antonio Brown, all them dudes gonna carve our ass up, bro. Who cares? You still got Tom Brady. They still got Gronk. They still got OJ. They still got all these other cats. They still got Ronald Jones, bro. Dog. If we win, that'll be dope. But I doubt it. But all right. I think that's it, bro. Let's the
voicemail never made it.
That voicemail it never came through. So that dude that called from 90 or 980, call back in. If your voicemail don't come through the next minute or so, we're gonna close this thing down. But yeah, it's gonna be a new look for PNP, bro. It's gonna be exciting. It's cool, trendy. It's what all the kids are doing.
Yeah, man.
It's gonna be fun, man.
You know what I'm saying?
It'll be fun. It's gonna be fun, man.
Looks like Pat's retirement. Looks like Pat Coulter's retirement is back on.
Was it ever off?
He was strongly considering it with the Cam return, but it looks like that's about to be grand opening, grand closing. So
yeah, man. Pat's mental health is important, bro. You got it.
Oh nah. He absolutely should take care of himself. He absolutely should
take care of yourself. You can't be fooled.
And the thing is, he wants to talk about other stuff. I can't blame him there.
Yeah, he wants to talk about the stuff. I don't blame him either. The Panthers is.
Yeah. Nah, man. Shoot, I'll talk about other stuff too, man. Talk about how Mariah Carey take out Beyonce in the verses. Like, talk about things like that.
Yeah, and you bugging.
You out your mind. You don't
Oh,
think
Dave, it's not just no.
you
Dave,
don't think so?
it's not.
Don't think so?
Versus is not just about turning on and playing the song anymore. There's a performance
Oh, I
aspect to
know.
it,
Yeah, no, I get
and
that
it's a
part.
rap.
I get that.
No, you don't get it then. If you're saying that
No,
Mariah Carey will beat Beyonce in the verses, then you don't get it clearly. You don't. Because Beyonce will destroy Mariah Carey when it comes to performance. That's
oh,
what matters in
performance,
verses
yes.
nowadays. It
But
ain't
if
about the
it's hit,
tracks. It ain't about the tracks. It's about how you perform those tracks.
yeah, because she ain't got the chops anymore. I'll agree there.
Bingo.
She don't have the chops no more. If the pandemic picks up again and they gotta go back to virtual mode,
Exactly.
it
Yeah,
becomes
that's the
then it's a
only way.
problem. This is a problem because
That's the only way.
there's only one other act that has more number one hits than Mariah Carey. There's only one other act, and that's the Beatles. So she's a tough out if it's track for track. She's got 19 number one hits, bro. She's got a versus worth of number one hits. But yeah,
But
man.
hey, but let's shut this thing down, man. Let's get up out of here.
Yes, sir. Let's shut it down.
Yeah, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell, comments, man. We're gonna be back with the Bucks preview. Trying to get up with my boys from the Pewtercast, man. It's been a long time since we interacted with them. So I'm trying to get my man Ren from the Pewtercast back on. I'm not sure. I haven't gotten a response back, but if we can't get a hold of them, we'll go to the Loose Cannon dudes. And we'll get them on the show. They cool cats too. So we'll rock with them if we can't get Pewtercast on. But all right, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe button, all that stuff. But we out.
Peace out, guys.
Peace out, folks. Keep pounding.